As you can see, it is a jam-packed agenda. We're going to be talking about the ICE raids that are currently in the news, the investigation of the USCIS backlogs, the White House memo and affidavits of support, the current status of DACA in the Supreme Court, the USCIS closing of international offices, temporary protected status, the Central American Minors Parole Program, marriages involving minors, USCIS fee waivers, and updated USCIS forms. So ICE raids in the news. So the day we're recording this webinar is today, July 14th, 2019. And about a month ago, via Twitter, the president announced that a new ICE operation was to begin, where they would do mass arrests and deport people the week of June 24th. Because he leaked the information, ICE came back and said it compromised their operation and it was postponed at the last minute. Having said that, it didn't stop because this past Friday, there was an announcement, or there was information that ICE would begin targeting undocumented families on July 14th, targeting approximately 2,000 people. And these would be people who had been in their system, who had recently been removed in absentia because they had not attended court hearings. Now here in New York City, where I live, there were reports that ICE had tried starting their arrests yesterday, Saturday, on July 13th. So I think it'll be an interesting week to follow headlines and media outlets to see what the impact is in other cities. The links that I am providing you here are for news, more recent news discussing this, but this is definitely something that we're going to keep track of. Another big USCIS thing in the news has been the backlogs. For those of us who practice immigration law, there was a time when processing for applications would take about 6 months. That was reasonable. And then, in this administration, the times for adjudication are taking longer. It is not unheard of that a citizenship case would take about 1.5 years to be adjudicated, and depending on the type of application, it could be, and the location, it could be up to 4.5 years. So Congress sent a bipartisan request to the Government Accountability Office asking them to conduct a study on USCIS backlogs. The last time they did this and they issued a report, which was back in 2005, the proposed changes that the GAO suggested were adopted by USCIS to help streamline operations. Now, the current study won't start for another 4 to 5 months, and the report will be issued in mid to late 2020. So we are still about 1 year away to have this concluded, and then who knows how long it's going to be for a CIS response, and for to see whether they're going to accept any of the proposed changes. Obviously, I hope they do, because processing times have increased 46% since FY 2016, and even in the categories such as immigrant visas, they're taking so long to process that even though priority dates are current in some of the visa categories as of right now, we can't proceed with filing adjustment of status applications. We can't proceed with consular processing because CIS is holding on to these cases. Sometimes we might submit service requests, go through congressionals, or doing mandamus petitions to get CIS to adjudicate the application or the petition, but not everyone